What's going on, guys? Kaiser here from keyserreveal, and today we'll be taking a look at the Broadlink RM Pro Plus Universal Remote. Now, this device claims that it can control anything with an IR or RF transmission, and it also works with Amazon Alexa. Now, I picked this up from Amazon for about 37 bucks because I was looking for a device that could learn my RF remote so that I could control my TV lift with Alexa. So shout out to Kingsley Tech for recommending this device to me. Inside the box you get the RM Pro, and up front you have a Wi-Fi LED and an operation LED. On the rear you have a reset button and the power input. You also get a USB cable for power, a power adapter, a mounting bracket, and some screws. To get this set up, you have to download the IHC app. Now, Broadlink does have two apps for this device, but apparently the IHC app is the most recent version. Once you get the app downloaded, you basically follow the prompts and enter in your network information. Now, this device only works with 2.4G, but for whatever reason, I can never get this device set up by connecting directly to the network. So if you come across this problem, this is how you get the device set up. Once you get to this screen, you want to select Try Other Methods. From here, you'll be instructed to reset the device. To do so, simply hold down the reset button for at least 6 seconds. The LED will begin blinking quickly. Next, you'll want to hold down the reset button again for at least 6 seconds, and from there the LED will start blinking in sets of 4. This will enable Broadlink's hotspot. Once you see the hotspot, connect to it, and then you will be able to connect to your network. Alright, so this is where things start to get a little weird. So basically you can select any one of these profiles except for wall light or curtains and learn any IR remote. However, the only one of these profiles that will work with Alexa is the TV profile. Now, this definitely was a bit frustrating because I spent 2 to 3 days trying to figure out why I couldn't get my soundbar to work with Alexa. Now, if you don't want your device to work with Alexa, then you can choose any one of the other profiles besides wall light or curtains. But if you do want your device to work with Alexa, then you'll have to choose the TV profile and trick the device into thinking that you want it to learn a TV remote. So to do that, you'll first select TV. Now here you can choose whatever brand you want, but it doesn't matter because we're going to manually program the remote anyway. Next, it'll ask you to turn off your TV, but just select yes, my TV is off. Then it'll prompt you to tap the power button. Next, it'll ask you if the TV is on. Once again, we're not trying to control a TV, and whatever device we're trying to control won't be on, but just tap yes anyway. Next, it'll prompt you to tap the up button, then it'll ask you if the TV responded. Just tap yes and then done. After that, it's going to ask you to point your remote at the RM Pro and press the button that you want it to learn. But we're going to skip through all of that because we're going to go back and program these buttons anyway. Once that's done, you'll have access to the remote. Now, if you are trying to program a TV remote, you can simply select a brand from the menu at the beginning, and the RM Pro actually does a good job learning the remote without having to manually program it. But for this example, we want to control the soundbar. Now up top, you can see that this says television, but you can change it to say whatever you want. You'll see in the next clip that I changed it to soundbar. So from here, select the 3 dots at the top and select learn. Now these are the buttons from the soundbar remote. So all you want to do is tap relearn next to the button that you want it to learn. Here I press the power button. Next you'll point your remote at the RM Pro and press the power button. Then the app will prompt you to test the button by pressing test and your device should turn on. From here you do the same thing with the other buttons that you want the RM Pro to learn. So that's how you get your IR devices set up to be controlled through the RM Pro app so that we can later use them with Alexa. I'll also show you how to get this set up in the Alexa app, but first I want to go over the RM Pro's ability, or in this case inability, to learn my RF remote. So like I said earlier, the reason that I picked up this device was so that it could learn my RF remote. Now I'm not sure if it's just this remote or if it's specific to certain RF frequencies, but I was never able to get it to learn it. Now it did acknowledge the remote a couple of times, but it never fully learned it. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but for me, it just didn't work. Alright, so back to the soundbar. Now to get this to work with Alexa, you'll first have to open the Alexa app and search for the Broadlink skill. Next you'll enable it and then sign into your Broadlink account. Now I didn't show you guys this in the beginning, but once you download the Broadlink app, you'll have to create an account, and so this is the account that Alexa is asking you to sign into. Once that's done, tap Discover Devices, and once your learned devices show up here, you're good to go. Alexa, turn on Office soundbar.
Okay.
Now technically the RM Pro has a scene feature, and I say technically because it works in the app, but Alexa doesn't recognize it. So basically what a scene does is it allows you to group together several devices and create one command to control them all at the same time. So if I wanted my lights, my soundbar, and my TV to all turn off with one command, then I create a scene called Studio. Then I list all of those devices within that scene. So if I said Alexa, turn off Studio, then all of the devices within that scene would trigger. So to get this to work, you have to go back to the Alexa app. Now I created a scene in the Broadlink app called Studio 1, So if we go back to the Alexa app and tap Discover Scene, it should show up here. However, it doesn't. So that's what I mean when I say that the Alexa app doesn't recognize it. Now you can go back into the Broadlink Pro app, select the scene, and it will control all of the devices from there. Now realistically, this isn't a huge deal because you can go back into the Alexa app, go to groups, select the devices that you want to control in that group, create a group, and this will do the same thing that a scene does. Alright, so now on to the Google Home. Now this device doesn't claim to work with the Google Home, but if you scroll through the list of devices that are compatible with it, you'll see the Broadlink Smart Home. Now I did try several times to link the Broadlink to the Google Home, but it never showed up. However, the weird thing is that the Google Home app does recognize scenes from the Broadlink. Now if you guys remember, this is the Studio One scene that I created in Broadlink earlier, the one that Alexa couldn't recognize. Now even though you can see it and it shows up as linked, it doesn't work. Hey Google, turn on Studio One.
It looks like that device hasn't been set up yet. Just open the Google Home app and go to Home Control to add a device.
Now I really can't complain about that because Broadlink doesn't advertise that it works with the Google Home. But on the flip side, I've seen where others have gotten it to work using the lamp profile instead of the TV profile, but I couldn't get it to work. Alright, so now on to my opinion of this device. Does it work? Yeah. If you own an Amazon device and you're looking to automate your home or office, this will pretty much do what you need it to do. However, if you needed to control RF devices, then there's no guarantee which ones it'll work with. And on top of that, the app is really bad. Now fortunately for you guys, I've already went through the hassle of figuring out how to get this thing to work. But even though it works, I still think it's a pretty bad experience for a consumer to have to go through. But on a lighter note, it is about half the price of the Harmony, and it pretty much does the same thing except it's not currently working with the Google Home. Now Broadlink does have a smaller version of this for about $22, and as far as I can see, the only difference is that it doesn't work with RF remotes, even though technically this one didn't work with my RF remote. But anyway, I'll leave links below just in case you guys want to check this out. So until next time, peace.